Okay, so this is video source number 5 for the contribution essay on the topic of video game cultures and consoles. So I have gathered here with us Matt, Jude, and David and I gathered these people specifically because they can relate to this topic, specifically being video games, and I have some questions to ask. So starting off, our first question, and anyone can go at this, just feel free to speak whatever's on your mind. Just do not cuss, please. Why do you guys play consoles?
Because they're more accessible, and I'd say a console is like consistently, that any game that comes out on the console is something that you'll be able to play, and you don't have to worry about having like a low end console or whatever.
Yeah, can agree with that.
Now, Jude, I know that you actually don't play on a console. You actually play on PC. You play on your computer. So what makes it different? Why do you choose computer over console? Would you say?
So I just never really grew up playing console. Um, I think that playing with the PC allows me to play more higher end games, or it allows me to play regular console games if they're accessible on PC at higher graphics levels, and it's just more like eye candy. Also, I much more prefer mouse and keyboard than controller gameplay. I'm just more used to it.
Okay, so that's something that I touched on my essay is that technology does matter. So Matt and David, since you guys play on consoles specifically, I think you guys both play on PlayStation. Am I right?
Yeah.
So what would make you guys choose that over computer? Because computer does offer that higher end for more graphics and stuff like that that Jude elaborated on. So could you guys maybe give in some like insight onto why maybe you guys prefer PlayStation?
Well,
I mean, a higher end. Oh, you go.
for my point, yeah, it's like PC is like higher end and stuff like that, but it's also more expensive, like David said before. And I'm also like what you said. I grew up with PlayStation or just console games in general, and I feel like it's just a lot more easy access to compared to PC and stuff.
Yeah, same here. Like a PC can play games at higher settings and higher, just higher end in general. But to get a PC that can handle that, it's a lot more expensive than just a console is.
Oh, and also for me, since I've like played console so long, like most of my friends, they have console, they don't have PC, so that's probably why I also stayed on console for so long.
And that's really good stuff. Thank you guys. So I'm gonna move on to the next question. So this is out to anybody. Do you guys think that video games has become the dominant form of visual entertainment? And if you do think so, then can you maybe like elaborate on why you think that is?
Is
It's
anyone
kind of
okay,
hard
Keith?
to answer this question because most of the people I know play video games. Most of my friends play video games, but I think it's hard to really pinpoint a singular dominant um, form of visual entertainment. I think it has become one of the more dominant forms of visual entertainment because I guess just because the culture in general of I guess society has changed. People still watch sports and stuff, but video games are becoming a lot more technologically advanced, and as a result, companies are creating video games that are a lot more entertaining and more tailored to a a broad population and such. I guess that's why a lot of people tend to gravitate towards video games, and also, I guess video games doesn't really involve much physical activity. You just sit on your computer and sit on your chair and click some buttons, and then you get a lot of I don't know eye candy, dopamine rush and such.
I can agree with you with this. But also, I think it's just because there's so many, there's such a wide variety of games. Like, there's literally a game for anybody out there. Like, there's like shooter games. Well, I think those are like the most popular at the moment. But there's also like adventure games. There's building games. There's anything you could think of, and I think that's why most people would gravitate towards video games.
Yeah, and I feel like there isn't really a dominant form of visual entertainment, or I don't think there ever will be, but I do think video games are here to stay, and they're definitely not going to go away anytime soon.
Okay, that's some great stuff, guys. So I'm gonna move on to the next question. Um, was there any particular fond memory you had in gaming, like a memorable experience that you just want to quickly go over to sort of contribute to why video games is important to you?
I don't think there's a set event. I think that there's just so many things you could. Because I played video games for a long time since I was little, and I can't really just. There's so many like good moments I could think of. It's just one of those things you can't really explain, from my point of view.
Yeah, I can really relate to Matt. It's like no singular event. I mean, it's like I can talk about many events, but it's just so biased because I think the main reason why people play video games in the first place is just for entertainment and enjoyment. So for me, the most fond memories I can think of is just really nostalgic. You know, like when I was in elementary school, playing Pokemon after school or playing Minecraft. Um, obviously the newer games that are coming out today are great. They're a lot objectively they're a lot more entertaining and technologically advanced, but because of personal bias, I guess I just find myself gravitating towards um looking towards nostalgic memories of playing video games, I guess, more often or more frequently.
And yeah, I think for me, I don't have like a specific most fond memory, but pretty much all of my fond memories of playing video games involve me playing with friends and stuff. So I think that's probably one of the more easy to pinpoint things about what I like about video games, just playing with friends and having a good time.
All right, great stuff, guys. Now on to the last question. Do you go on a different screen platform, like, for example, I'd say YouTube or Twitch, to explore topics on video games? And if you do, then just like maybe go in a little in depth on maybe why you do that.
Yeah, I like to watch YouTube videos and stuff about the games I play. Usually, I'll whatever game I'm interested in at the time will be the game I'm most likely to watch videos about. And, like, I don't know, learn more about the game and also see like what interesting things other people are doing in the game. Yeah.
I only really like watching YouTube videos regarding games I'm currently playing because I don't like spoiling myself. The only time I'll watch a YouTube video about a game I'm not playing is if it's a review with minimal spoilers to see if it's good or worth the money, just because I don't want to waste any money on a bad game. And I think YouTube is really and Steam are really the only platforms I use to, I don't know, assess video games before I purchase them.
Yeah, I would say just uh, um, yeah, I would say for gaming purposes, I would say like David and Jude said, I really only look at games that I'm playing. and just normally just to learn about the game and maybe see like what things I haven't found, or for example like I'm watching a YouTube video and I'm watching someone play the game and there's like a secret they found, so I'd be like, oh, that's cool, I'll go check it out. So really only things like that, just discover more about the game.
Okay, thank you guys. So that is all the questions that I had. That really helped towards the paper, and thank you guys so much for participating.